Hi Collective, welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal and I'm a psychic medium here delivering you messages from the higher realms. Okay, so this new moon is so epic. Oh my gosh. The downloads that I've been receiving because of this new moon being our super moon, our super new moon, first one of the year in age of Aquarius, and being in between the portal of 22 and 222. You know, it's just massive accelerated ascensions, awakenings, not to mention the light codes that have been coming through with the huge solar flares that we've been having. They've been, I've been sharing some of the stuff on my Facebook feed, right, that I've been getting in my groups, right, as they've been like off the scales for like just being extremely powerful, right? And it's probably causing interference with our technology, right? Because we're not under Mercury retrograde, but I've been seeing a lot of delays within electronics. Like I even see my video glitching out at the moment, right? And a lot of that could be because of just all of this intense energy, right? That is coming through. But all right, so it looks like it's catching up. So there is just, oh my gosh, so much energy that's coming through, right? And when these light codes come in, they cause major awakening and activations, right? And I've been talking a lot about the twin energy, right? So this is going to be a reading intended for whoever finds it, but it's more going to be because it's the highly advanced downloads that I've been receiving. It's going to be mainly for like my Starseeds, light workers, earth angels, the chosen that are going to, you know, resonate with this and to the understanding, right? But if you're guided into this reading, it's not making sense to you, that's fine. You know, because this reading alone can activate different things for you, and you know, you could be on a different level of ascension and you may not understand all the messages and downloads that are coming through at this time, but know that that's fine. Right? Any part that's not for you, then that message is not for you, right? Because I am delivering messages from the higher realms, and there's different levels and flows, and divine can use this reading however they choose to use it, right? As I am going to be talking about the new moon energy, right? So I do my content, I always talk about the cosmic alignments and what's going on within the cosmos, depending on if there is a lot of activity and things like that going on that I'm connecting with, or I just feel to give channeled guided messages for my collective. So definitely subscribe to the channel. That's where I'm explaining that you do catch my readings in real time. They are going to make more sense to you. Okay, look, we got a helicopter going by, or a plane. It's a plane. All right, so there, you know, you could be feeling as though that the energy is very sped up at this time and slowed down at different times. Like you could be feeling a major shift in time, I'm getting, because of the different energies and downloads that are happening at this time. So you could be noticing that. You could be going through ascension symptoms. You could be feeling, I've been getting a lot of like feeling expansion in my third eye and the crown chakra, and tingling and sensations and things like that as these activations and these upgrades are coming through. There's been a lot of disruptions too for my healers out there, and my divine workers that have been channeling and things like that. So you could be noticing a lot of disruptions within channeling messages through the realms and things like that. It has to do with the energies and the disruption and the integration that's going on. All right, so anyway, I've gotten so much beautiful downloads. Like I'm just trying to process all this information to find the best way to give it out. But the biggest download that I received yesterday, right, was from the Palladians. Okay, so my Palladian starseeds are going to be resonating with this. I feel that it's going to be awakening to a lot of you of knowing your starseed origins to be able to help you down your pathway, helping you down your north node, knowing your true north and all of that. But I'm going to be doing, I feel, a separate reading for my twin flames, or I'll be touching on the subject again because it's very significant. But I want to put it out there for everybody to know, even if you do have Palladian star origins or incarnations or whatever. But it definitely came through. It's interesting. It's like I always knew that, you know, that I had many different incarnations, being a starseed, that I've incarnated on other, you know, star systems, you know, before here on Earth. So, you know, so we're starseeded, right? That, you know, our souls did not originate here on Earth and originate in other star systems, but we incarnated here to help with the upliftment of humanity and the awakening to Christ consciousness and all of that, right? We're seeing the light here. That's why you know that us starseeds are different, right? But your star origins is very, very important, because depending on your type of mission work, right? Like I've always known that I've had multiple missions, right? I've always felt that way. But I recently had the Palladians coming through, letting me know about the twin flame journey and like why I've always felt it was so significant. But then at the same time, I finally came to the terms that I had to release the twin flame journey that I have just felt so strongly in my soul, right? To really just be on the pursuit, right? And it's like always longing for home, looking for that counterpart, looking for that other person. So if you're guided this reading, you feel as though that resonates with you, right? The twin flame journey, you might want to look up Palladian starseed origins, because why you feel so strongly about that is that Palladians are from the star system of Pleiades, right? That are also the 7 star sisters, I believe. I'm just trying to research all of this now, so I said I'm going to be putting together a whole nother reading for twin flames and Palladians. But what I was getting with my download was that the Palladians, when the souls are incarnated on that planet, right? It's you have your twin with you. You incarnate at the same time, and your twin is your counterpart. Is the only lover that you will have, the only person that you're allowed to have a love connection with, have children with, things like that. Like that is your person. And it's different there, like your whole experience is different because you know that your counterpart is your other half. So you're constantly looking for that validation through your counterpart. And you don't have to go on these quests of looking for love or even needing to be independent or being on your own and things like that, because you have your counterpart right there. So that's why it is like, I'm getting like fish out of water. Like this is why you feel so drastic in the earth here is so traumatic and a lot to integrate, because it's a completely different like belief system that your soul knows. But we signed up for this because we wanted to come down here to be able to experience being alone. Some of us came down here on solo missions where we wanted to be alone and not have our counterpart. So for some of us, like basically your twin, your counterpart is in the cosmos. And your twin, your counterpart, they're with you. They're guiding you. They're helping you. That's why you may have I've heard before. I know some beautiful channelers, psychics I've been led to that your counterpart, your twin, is with you, but in the astrals, not here. Because there's some of you, literally, you came down on a solo mission because you wanted to experience life here on Earth without your twin. So being on the solo mission, you wanted to be here to be able to have experiences with Earthlings. And I say Earthlings because their souls incarnated, from here, not from other star systems as we did and we were star-seeded. So you wanted to incarnate with Earthlings here, or you wanted to incarnate. For some of you, you just wanted to have other partners within your soul family, which means like you wanted to incarnate with another Palladian that was not your twin. So, there's that. So for some of you, you wanted to have multiple incarnations. You wanted to be able to pick. You wanted to be able to have your pick. You wanted to be able to have that freedom. Right? But see, it's coming to terms with realizing that you need to come full center first, and you need to know that that this journey is about finding that completeness within you, balancing out the energies of the masculine and the feminine, knowing that you're not on this quest of finding your counterpart or finding that perfect one, that you are perfect and that you get to now experience and have whatever experience that you want. Right? And that's a whole like new ball game, right? And that's the realization that I finally am starting to realize. And see, it's like and a lot of you may have came to that realization when you surrender the twin flame journey, when you realize that it doesn't matter. You don't have to be with that perfect person. You don't have to be with your counterpart. That's why you're constantly looking for validation in other people. You're constantly, because that's what we're so used to doing. But in this earthly realm, it's disastrous. It's because it's like we came from such a loving, unconditional love that we kept our heart chakras open because we didn't need to be in that defensive state of being, because we always had our counterpart protect us. So a lot of Pleiadians, like, you're more susceptible to other people's energies, and to be keeping your heart chakra open, it's like not having that force field, that shield. So constantly you're getting attacked by energy vampires and by, the wrong earth race, the wrong side, the wrong team, the corrupt, controlled, the reptilians, and I didn't want to say that to get this reading flat, whatever. But because you didn't want to, alright, I'm saying it wrong. You, because your heart chakra is so open and you don't have that protection, you're more susceptible to coming into relationships. Oh, not fully messing up words. You have struggled. So if you've noticed that you've struggled with relationships, right? Especially getting into like karmic relationships, or relationships where people were trying to like dominate and control you, and having narcissistic tendencies, right? That's because you were sought out, because our light is so bright. We're like beacons of light. It's like there's no hiding us, right? And we're here, shining our light, but we're trying to shine the light to guide the souls to the light, right? And the dark polarities don't like that. So constantly it's kind of like, being under attack. And that's what I mean. Like, you can get into situations where people are trying to dominate and control you, literally just to stop you. That's why I've been noticing in the collective, right, that there's a lot of beautiful readers that pick up on that pick up on these dark forces. And sometimes the readings can come across very, very harsh, that you're in the enemy team, you got somebody that's trying to dominate and control you, someone that's trying, you know what I mean? But remember, like, you need to be careful, because I get it that they're putting the warning out there, and they want to heed the warning that, for a lot of you Pleiadians, you are connecting in relationships with the wrong team. Okay, that this really is a spiritual battle. It really is light versus dark. But we're very much attracted, have the dark attracted to our light, but we're trying to guide it to the light. But you need to be very careful when it comes with relationships and situations. But they ultimately do work with this, getting you prepared and getting you ready for, building that self-worth, building that confidence level up, because, well, it kind of works. If you have a relationship that's constantly, taking away from, your light, trying to take you off course of your mission. We have these missions embedded into us, that above all, our mission is more important than anything else. Like, we will sacrifice love to pursue our mission of helping humanity, of helping everybody to ascend to higher vibrational frequencies, to unconditional love. Like, I've been in relationships where I've been getting so much energy pulled from me, my light force, that I felt like my soul was dying, and I had to have a jailbreak. I had to get myself out of that situation. I got to where I didn't care what I had to sacrifice and let go of. Like, I knew that I was like going to die if I didn't get out. So that's what I mean. Like, they do catapult you and push you into these. And for a lot of you, like, that's what it takes, but that's kind of what you experience, because at the same time, there's different contracts that you had with certain people to be able to awaken and know that every single person that you come into contact with, even if it's just for a minute, even if it's just a smile, things like that, the light that we carry, it activates certain things within people. It's like it gives them a dose of the light. It gives them what they were disconnected from, right? Because that's what this planet has been doing, disconnecting and taking everybody offline from source, right? Well, we have source energy within us, right? So, that's what I mean, is it's like, I've always said, like, I was in like double, triple mission, things like that, because for a lot of you, these different things don't get activated. For a lot of you, you don't even realize your starseed incarnations. You don't even realize that you're star-seeded until you're in your 30s, if you don't awaken when you're early. Now, I know a lot of the flows, like, the newer starseeds and things like that, they have been more safeguarded and protected, and they awaken quicker and faster and things like that, because we've been finding ways to outsmart the entities, the enemies, right? But for us older starseeds and things like that, that's what I mean. Like, my activation happened around 30, right? And all of a sudden, then I was getting the realization, the downloads about the twin flame mission and all of that. But then I was on the quest, like, yes, this is in alignment. This is why, like, I've always never went looking for love, but I've always been waiting for love to find me. And I always knew that there was that one for me, and I've always been looking for it and things like that. But I didn't realize that I was looking for it, and I was getting caught up in these karmic relationships and situations, right, with enemy team players, right? So yeah, there's a lot of realizations, but that's the most exciting thing. So you could be getting this realization, revelation. I could be giving it to you just in this reading alone, that there's nothing wrong with your system and how you feel, right? And because that is what you've known, right? That you did have that counterpart, but there are some that did incarnate with their twins. So for some of you, like, it's still significant. You have to trust what you feel, right? That you very much still may have that twin that did incarnate at the same time with you, but not all Pleiadian missions did that. Some missions that came to be solo, to be independent, to not have that twin, to want to experience things differently, right? So that if you have this feeling within you that, like, you have to get independent, you have to live life for you, you have to experience things for you, that you don't have to conform, you wanted to come in here and just be this rock star, this sport, like, then you came down on the Pleiadian solo mission. So, and that's finally what I'm coming to terms with, right? And now I'm realizing why one of my connections in my life was the most strongest than ever. overtaking my mind, things like that, because I think the remembrance of knowing that, wow, yeah, you're also Palladian, right? Or just maybe you had a certain set of other starseed incarnations that you wanted to have with other, you know, star beings, things like that. I mean, you came up with your blueprint before you came here. You need to know that. So that was a major download activation that I was getting. Like I said, not everybody's going to understand that, but if you do, if it awakened you, if it triggers something for you, there you go. All right, so that was the biggest one. I wanted to get into some cards, right? Because I don't like it when I just channel messages. I like to get into the cards too. It makes me feel a little bit more grounded. So I've been holding these energy cards. I want to get into the energies, right, that are coming through within this new moon. So if you're interested and you want to know more about the Palladians and the twin flame missions and the solo journey, I'm going to be doing separate readings for those. So subscribe and keep out a lookout for those. I'll probably work on those tomorrow when I've got some more time. So I only have a little bit of time today, but this new moon is causing major accelerated awakenings, advancements, yeah, and guiding a lot of you back home. Look at this, the temple path, the golden pathway, your highest timeline. This is what we're integrating with at this time. Like I said, so much light is coming in. And as we start to awaken, more of you start to awaken, you know, as we awaken and raise it, we're raising the vibration of this planet, which is allowing others to be able to raise their vibrational frequency. Mother Gaia is also activating, right, as the ending of 2023, 123 was the reset. So we are resetting. The energy is activating. It is accelerating. It is causing, you know, major massive awakenings all around the planet. That's what I mean. A lot of people are feeling these energies that are coming through, especially within the portals, the gateways, these solar flares that are activating certain things within people, right? That's why I mean, like, you could be experiencing like time feeling differently, deja vu, a lot of remembrance. I've been talking about glimmers, things like that in my last reading. A lot of those could be more significant. A lot of gifts and abilities are coming, are activating. So a lot of my healers, all right, a lot of you, you're realizing new gifts that you have. You're unlocking those. You're realizing that you're able to do these things. For a lot of you, it's activating for the first time. Okay. So definitely get outdoors, get out in the sun, get out in the moon, because it's different. The moon, different rays that come through within the moon rays can activate things for you, different things within the sun. Also, a major thing is healing. If you want to have a major upgrade too, it's when you release and let go of things. If you go through a purging, if you go through, when you're feeling emotions that are coming up, you need to release them, right? Whether you're just saying like, I forgive you, I forgive myself, I'm letting this go. Whatever memories that you feel are almost being extracted, are being pulled up, things you haven't thought about, or you run into people you haven't seen for a while, and it triggers something from a childhood, or you hear from a past like person, relative, family member, whatever. It's triggering something, is pulling it up because it's trying to integrate you with this new energy that's coming in. Because you have to release things. A lot of times we suppress things which block these DNA activations and upgrades. Because see, I've been talking a lot about the twins, and there's something about the 12th strand of DNA getting activated. That is unlocking something. For some of you, being in contact with your twin unlocks certain gifts. And for some of you, like, you even have a twin flame mission where your twin was just literally, you're both meant to activate and accelerate each other to higher levels. But then that's it. Like, you're literally going to be like best friends in this lifetime, it's not lovers. So for some of you, maybe you came together and you had some sexual healing. Maybe you had those flings and things like that, but you're so different, and your past and your missions are so different that you do decide to part, but then you can stay really good friends and things like that because you wanted to experience more lovers, you want to have multiple situations. That's what I mean, that you can't, a lot of the mind has been focused on this one mind frame. So I get it. So almost like I was so against, like, it seems like so taboo to me and different to think about the polyamorous or whatever, having multiple connections, multiple relationships and things like that. But for some of you, don't understand, like, that's literally like what you came here to do. And for some of you, like, you have sexual healing, right? So you literally can heal people, especially if you have shamanistic abilities, things like that. There's different things that you can do and activate different and get people online through that. All right, I don't even like, it doesn't mean go be, you know, very, very sexual and things like that. But it's basically like, there are certain people that are supposed to have certain contracts with multiple people, right? It doesn't mean that's for everybody. That's why you really need to connect, right? Spend some time alone, right? Because a lot of times people's perceptions, things like that, when ultimately you get online with Source, Divine, Spirit, you align your chakras, you get those downloads, you know what your blueprint is. You know what your unique life path is. Right? And everybody's is different. Every single being here is unique and individual and has their own life path, whether or not you have a twin. Okay? So Yes, that's why we're all being guided to our temple path. That ultimately is guiding you home, because when you are being your authentic self, when you are living life for you, when you are being passionate with you, you're living you are fully connected and online with divine source energy, with God. Because when you realize that you are God, you are a portion of God. God, divine source, runs through you. So ultimately down here, you are God. And when you know you've never been separated with God, and all you got to do is tap in with God, divine source, and you're co-creating, boom. This is working with universal energies, world card. That's major closing out of cycles. So anything that's kept you trapped and stuck, anything that's kept you in this 3D matrix, right? Anything that's been imposing fear, worry, resistance, it's ultimately letting go of anything that resists. Anything that resists you is just trying to stop you. That's why the most powerful being that you turn into is when you realize that you have no resistance. When you realize that all the things that come at you just literally all the things that come at you are about upgrading you. Even these things that come at you, even your enemies, things like that, they're basically showing you a reflection, a mirror. They're showing you a trigger to something that bothers you. If something bothers you, you need to start to look at, why does this bother me? What resistance do I have? What wounding? What thing is it pulling on that's causing it to bother me? Because really, we are all connected. We all are one. We all are source energy. And it's about coming back together with one. 21:11 on the clock as I say that. Those are universal code numbers, right? Our world is encoded with numbers. Numbers hold a frequency and a vibration. That's where we get the letters from the Pythagorean alphabet. That's where we get everything from. Source code is through numbers. So when you start to see numbers, you start to investigate those, you start to look at those. That's why you often get activated with 111. You could be seeing that. That's normally times of being activated. Wow, okay. All right, so for first chakra, Archangel Michael is here. For a lot of you, you could be feeling very passionate, very confident. This is, they're showing me the solar plexus too. You guys could be getting your chakras activated at this time, right? The different energies that are coming through are causing these, and that's what, when you get these activations and these energies that go to your chakras, that is what like triggers these things to come out, right? These feelings, these emotions, any of the things that have been buried deep that you have thought like, why am I feeling this way? Why do I have, whatever it is, like you need to release it and let it go, because for these higher vibrational frequencies, to get to higher timelines, to get to higher levels of consciousness, you need to release any resistance that you have. So any of the blockages, any of the things that you suppressed are going to be coming out for you to release them, right? So don't hold anything back. If something comes back, you need to address it. You need to release it, forgive it, let it go. You need to look at, why is it doing this to me? Sometimes it's simply for you to say, you know what, I forgive myself. I was young, I've learned, I'm different, whatever, right? Maybe it was something somebody sent against you, right? But don't hold anger towards anyone or anything. All right, so the angels are working with you, right? Adjacent possibilities are now opening up for you. Yes, because you have to go through certain doors. You have certain contracts. You have certain karma that you have to clear out. We're closing out a major clearing of karma. For a lot of us, it's deep childhood woundings. Our wounded healer, our star asteroid, really, Chiron, I always say it wrong, Chiron, is the wounded healer is conjuncting the north node. Doesn't often do that. Now, it's been a very long time since it's conjuncted the north node. Your north node is like your destiny, where you are headed, where your soul is pointing at this time, and everybody's is different, right? Whatever, you can do a birth chart analyzer to see where your north node and your south node is. Your south node is like your previous lifetime, what you're confident here, the life that you came from, right? When you look at your south node, you know what's comfortable, what you can work with, because in this lifetime, it's about expanding that. But you can't be in your comfortable zone, because it's about expanding. It's about learning. Earth here is like school. It's about expanding your soul to higher levels of consciousness, right? So you have to experience certain things. So the certain lessons and karmic loops that trapped you in your past lifetime that you have to address in this lifetime. It's almost like when you go to the next life, when you reincarnate down, it's like you resume the lifetime that you were in before, but you're in a different family, different system, whatever. But now you have to, where you were, the things that you didn't pass before, you need to pass now. So for a lot of you, like your south node's like your mastery, right? So when you look into your south node, when you look into your birth chart, and you can do birth chart analyzers, are free, right? As long as you know your full birth name, time, place, whatever. There's different things that you can do. I had one linked below. I think it's on this channel. It might be one of my other channels, but You can look them up, but knowing your North Node is very, very significant because this is about your temple path. This is guiding you to your North Node. When you're in your North Node and you're going towards your destiny and your life purpose and you're pursuing your passions, your dreams, your desires, it's like the universe works for you. Everything's like provided for you. It's like being in perfect harmony. And this is very, very important, as that's what all of us are doing to raising the vibration to the higher earth, the new earth, the highest timeline, right? It keeps showing me this universal energy. So anything that's heavy, anything that's karmic is closing out. They're bringing me back to Sean, right? Sorry, I'm talking very fast because the energies are coming through very fast. All right, so with Chiron conjuncting the North Node, this is very, very significant for major healing of trauma, right? Major cycles are closing out from deep childhood woundings of abandonment, of just fear. I mean, I'm just giving you a couple examples, right? So for a lot of you, you know, these things are going to come out where all of a sudden you're going to completely be able to flip it, let it go, release it, because it's like when it's conjuncting like that, a lot of us, we're going to find it easier just to release, let it go. It's finally where you're going to realize, like, well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You know what? I don't worry about my childhood anymore. I'm going to worry about I got me. I'm healing all of this. I'm going after my dreams and desires and my passions, and I don't care what anybody, oh my gosh, just knocked my cards over. What anybody has to think or say, like, I'm just going to pursue life for me, right? And a lot of times it takes a lot of times it takes that confidence in doing that. And when you can do that, you heal the trauma, you heal the wounding, then nothing's holding you back anymore. So there's a major closing out. And when the universe sees that you have overcame and you have closed out this this wounding, wow, major advancements, right? And especially if your chakra system was offline with divine source energy because of a wounding, and now you've cleared out that wounding and now you've aligned your chakras, then you can have a Kundalini awakening, mass amounts of energy surge through all of your chakras, connecting you with source energy, all sorts of downloads, all sorts of things, right? Like I said, a lot of you, this is not going to make, you may have to repeat this reading too because the energy is coming through very, very fast. But look at this, Healer of the Ages. You're realizing how powerful you are because as you balance out your energies, you're very, very powerful. See the crown fully activated here and the energies within. Because when you balance your feminine and your masculine energy, it's just like, it's magic, right? So, yeah, happy family. For a lot of you, you know, there's this major merging. Because for a lot of you, it's like when you heal this wounding and you activate something, you're also healing your twin. Because if you are on the Twin Flame Collective, when you heal yourself, you heal your twin, and then you magnetize yourselves. And also, it's too, you could be breaking free of karmic relationships and situations, going to higher level soulmates. Because as you break free from different situations and you raise your energetic frequency, you now call in new relationships and situations. So you call in higher friends and family. This is why you have so many like experiences and new things, and that's why this is like going to be new on so many levels. Not to mention with Aquarius being in the new moon being in Aquarius. Aquarius is our technology, communication, so we're getting a lot more downloads of higher advances and just all sorts of things. So it's opening up new things. Like there's going to be a release of new technology within AI and things like that. So it's going to open up newer ways to like communicate, to be able to communicate faster, more efficiently, more just, there's going to be so many things that are coming out that are going to allow you to connect on higher levels, which is going to, it's just going to activate like there's going to be like this new stream of like way to connect and communicate with people, right? It's almost like, you know, like how big it was when Facebook, right, launched, and all of a sudden you could connect and you could find family and friends and things like that. There's going to be new things that are going to be activated. I think something's already coming through. It's going to be more telepathically, something's going to be more faster within the mind, or just something's going to be released. There's major advances in technology. That's why I love the time of Aquarius, right, when all of this stuff comes out, right? It's very, very exciting. But as a whole, we're all activating a higher level of frequency of love and light. So it's going to be very, very beautiful, right? So, pay attention to that stuff, right? So definitely a lot of you are going to be just meeting an abundance more of family, of higher level soulmates, right? For a lot of you, like, especially like maybe you didn't realize you were Pleiadians, now you could be finding your Pleiadian star family, but a lot of you are going to be investigating your star origins, where you are connecting more with your star family as Starseeds, right? As this channel and platform very much, aligns the Starseeds, the light workers, which is so beautiful, because I didn't even, it was just something I always knew. I knew that we needed to be able to align, right? We needed to be able to connect, because a lot of us, we came down here, we had to drop our level of consciousness way down, right? We had to dumb ourselves down. We had to descend down in here because of the dense energies of Earth, and it's about activating Earth and upgrading it, right? And that's what we're upgrading, and realizing that, we are here, in this planet, but not of this planet, right? That's why a lot of you, like, you were black sheeps and different, and your family, you had to separate yourself and distance yourself from family to be able to have these things. That's also something too, because it's very, very significant. You don't realize how important and impactful your auric field is. For some of you, maybe you know that, and maybe that's why you isolate and you spend a lot of time in hermit energy, because you feel more comfortable alone when you're not with people, because our auric fields are so sensitive that anybody that you're in, I'm going to say 5 minutes. You're around somebody for 5 minutes, they're getting into your auric field, they're starting to feel your energy, you're starting to, you're starting to take on their energy. And because we're extremely empathic and we're meant to heal people that we come across, right? We're constantly absorbing and transmuting, whether we realize it or not. That might be why you realize that when you get out in public, you're around certain people or certain situations, it feels very, very heavy, right? Like, I've noticed just how drained I get when, like, I go to, like, Walmart and things like that. Oh my gosh. Like, I literally have to come home and isolate myself for at least 15 or 20 minutes just to replenish my energy. Well, that's what I used to have to do when I was driving, but now that I'm walking, right, I do that on the way home or whatever, but, like, I gotta have it quiet just to kind of purge out the energies, because of all the chaotic energy that is felt. I don't know what it is about Walmart, but just certain things, especially when it was, like, around, like, the COVID and the fear that everybody was feeling, right? The pandemic, the fear. So, all right, hopefully this gets out. I know I'm saying words that are getting flagged here. All right, anyways. 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Look at all the chakra systems that we're seeing coming out in this. There's major activations. I told you a lot of your chakra systems are getting in alignment, which is causing major changes. Just know that. Look, victory. So for a lot of you, like, you're feeling called to walk away. You're going to be realizing that certain situations and people just don't feel comfortable anymore. Something that I've realized too, especially, as you may notice that your chakra system coming online more with Source Divine, like, you're going to just feel when things don't feel right. Like, if you're in a place that's dense, lower vibrational energy, lower vibrational people, like, you're going to feel guided to, like, walk away, move away from them. You could be feeling like, I get to where sometimes I feel physically ill, if I'm around somebody that is such low. Ooh, bright yellow. Ooh, I love all these fast cars that I see. Oh my goodness, it's bright yellow. I have such a beautiful, oh my gosh. That caught my eye. It looked like a Lambo. Okay. All right, back to the thing. So anyway, that's what I mean, just different things are going to be making you, like, set yourself free. You're going to be realizing that you were all tied up, you were stuck. Like I said, for some of you, like, it's certain family members, it's certain friends, it's just certain things that you're finally going to realize were holding you back, were blocking you and stopping you, right? And maybe taking some time alone is going to cause this activation. Have you ever been like that, where all of a sudden finally you spend some time in quiet, and all of a sudden it's like you figure some things out, and then you come back and you're like, just like, yeah, this isn't working for me anymore. Like, maybe you were so happy with, like, your roommates and your job, and then finally you spend some time alone and you're like, yeah, I want to just go live on my own, or, I want to move, I want to get a different job, things like that. That's what I mean. We don't realize how much the people that impact us, how much they feel. Like, if you're surrounding yourself by people that have, like, a poverty mindset, like, you're going to be in poverty. But if you can surround yourself by, very rich people, and things like that, the mindset, your mindset, you upgrade and you elevate, and that's how you get yourself out of it. right? And that's what is so difficult and challenging, because they don't always teach us that, right? And because we attract things on an energetic frequency, you're constantly attracting what you know, what you feel. That's the ultimate way to manifest. It's not just thinking what you want. You have to feel it. You have to believe it. That's why you have to be a dreamer. You have to believe, right? And it's hard when, like, you're worried, and that's how they wanted to control us, and fear, and with money and things like that. Because if you you let go of fear, and you let go of all of that, and you know, it's like you know, that's why when you're grateful and thankful for the things that you have, then you open up the doorway for more things to bless you. And because then you're in this energy and this frequency of feeling blessed. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you are feeling blessed and you love everything that you have, you're automatically putting out that frequency. And the universe is set to do upgrades for you, to work with you. So when they see that you're of high vibration and you are, you know, being grateful and thankful for all these things, the universe doesn't know anything other than just to bring it into you. Because the universe works off of frequency and vibration, right? And that's why alcohol is legal. Right there, because that shuts your chakra systems down, and they do not want you connecting with source energy, knowing how powerful we all are. So if you truly want to raise your vibration, you got to eliminate alcohol. You have to stop drugs. You have to, I mean, like marijuana, things like that. Yes, it's natural. It's major healing, things like that. But it can turn into an addiction. It can turn into a codependency, and you can turn it into a way of, like, needing to survive life. Do you know what I mean? If you're looking for it as a way to, like, make you happy, to level you out, instead of using it just for partying, you know, at times, you know, not an everyday thing, because then it turns it, because too much of anything can become toxic and addictive. Too much TV, too much social media, too much whatever. You need to be happy in your own energy without anything. Do you know what I mean? That's why when you're spending time alone, when you're spending time just walking around, calming down the mind, getting away from electronics, things like that. Because they do that. They control us through electronics. That is the zombie apocalypse. It is the Matrix, controlling you through electronics. And I know this is getting, you know, we're using their technology against them. That's why I'm here on my platform. Yes, you are watching electronics right now, but this, you know, we're using the platforms to teach this stuff. So you need to take a break away from electronics, especially powering down those damn phones, getting them away from your head. Most people carry their phone around with them all the time, or then they got the blue, whatever. Most people sleep with their phones right next to their damn heads. You need to break away from electronics. Leave your electronics home. Go for a walk in nature. See the downloads. See how you start opening up to source energy, to God, divine source. Right? People don't realize, they don't think about the fact, like, yes, and you're going to church and things like that. It's very beautiful to me, you know, these churches and things like that. You know, it's the community getting together. But see, like, I can't handle, like, situations, rooms. Have you ever thought about, like, everybody that fits into, like, one church, one building, then every single person has a phone on them? Look at all of that blockage, right? 3D Matrix does this through electronic devices. It's never supposed to be about that. That's why they wanted to control us. They pull us offline through electronics. So really, you're disconnecting from divine source energy through the electronics. That's what I mean. You could be completely realizing that, like, you're right. Like, I'm not saying, like, yeah, completely shut off electronics. No, that's our world, right? It's how we communicate. It's limiting it. It's powering them down, spending time outdoors. That's why most people, when they do find and connect with God, divine source energy, and get saved and find, or whatever, you may say it's at older age, because as you get older, you start to not care, right? Then you start to just spend time, you know, in peace and quiet. But they keep our lives so hectic, so, or whatever, with all these electronic advances and all of that, it keeps us disconnected from source. True divine source energy is peace, is quiet, is nature. Knowing that you are God, you're living life through God. You are, God sees everything through your eyes. That's why everything is recorded. Yes, you have angels and things like that, but everything is being recorded through your eyes at all times, because you are God, divine source energy. They didn't want you to know that you are God, divine source. You are able to create everything that you want and desire. When you can learn to eliminate the resistance, the blockages, you stop eating all the processed food with all the chemicals and dyes and sugars in it. You eat the natural foods that's encoded with the codes of the keys of the universe, fruits and vegetables. Boom. That's why you can have major awakening and advances too when you're just eating natural fruits and vegetables. So for a lot of you, you're getting these realizations. I could be pinging them for you in this reading alone. But you're going to be realizing these things. It's the mind, right? The universe, the cosmos we are made up of the stars. We are our own universe. We are connected with divine source energy. That is what we are. We are all made up of that. So these planetary alignments and shifts are very, very important. That's why they didn't want you to follow astrology. They didn't want us to know. That's why the new age, we are awakening mankind to the higher level of consciousness. They weaponized religion. The religion is falling and we are awakening. That's why the final battle is spirituality versus religion. And with that said, I'm going to leave this reading here. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you have not. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. If you do want to donate to me, click the like button. That donates to me energetically, right? Leave comments below. Definitely watch more readings. I know this one got up to 40 minutes. I only got a little bit of time today, but I'm going to be doing more. I'm going to be focusing on the Starseeds, right? Doing more of the readings for the Starseeds, for the Palladians, for the Twin Flames, for the journeys, for love, connect, whatever I feel guided to, really. So watch whatever you feel is for you. All of my readings are timeless. This time is very much non-linear, but I do like to tell you that it's more fun to catch them in real time, especially when you know what's going on. Like we are in this 2-2 portal, right? So lots of major things are happening from the 2nd of February to the 22nd, right? And alignment with this new moon in Aquarius being the first supermoon. That's why massive accelerated awakenings and ascensions are happening at this time. All right, all of you. Sending you love and light. Bye.